Not a good feature to get in a whitewater paddle.
No.
But maybe I'll duct tape this on.
No, it'll float. So pretty.
Oh, that was.
That's pretty dope.
In the pictures, probably all it.
I know, I was like, and I opened my mouth and water went right there. I was like, oh great. Oh, that's just a great picture.
Yeah, they always tend to capture the best moments of your ride. Just like you're thinking you're gonna smile. And,
Yeah, Jamie, he's always like.
I was like,
and I'm like,
You're actually good.
yeah.
That's why we were
messing up because you were paddling.
Yeah. Yeah.
We did okay though. Oh,
did.
I was trying to bounce it off from Kayla.
oh yeah, that was perfect.
I just like Katie's face. I'm just super excited. She's like, hey. You're like, and then she fell forward. You're like, I gotta get back in.
Me? No, I saw another big
Her
one.
butt
Oh my
was down
God,
there.
great. Oh, it was. Look at Christmas tree.
Yeah. Look at all the Christmas trees.
Imagine that one in that. Probably break her.
If we had Aussie in there and that happened, I bet she'd bark. Is it twisted?
Yeah.
Can you see yourself?
Yeah, that happened to those small.
Oh, here comes another one.
Ready.
Yeah. Now these are threes or are these like high twos?
This is it's a subjective system, so some people might say it's a class 2, others might say it's a class 3. I would say this is more like a class 2 plus.
2 plus.
Yeah. Got a little extra. Not that dangerous, but big waves. Let's paddle forward, all ahead, all ahead.
Woo!
Keep it up, keep it up.
That was sweet.
Woo!
Woo!
Keep going.
Yeah, my legs are cold.
Keep it up, keep it up.
Pretty dope.
And take a break, let it drop.
Which one do you think was the biggest one?
I think Kahuna would have been the one we flip at if we were going to flip.
Have we got there yet?
Yeah.
That was that first one in the stretch. Yeah, the picture.
Let's paddle forward, all ahead. Keep it up, keep it up.
Oh God.
Getting down to my knees in your butt feel. Huh?
Yep. Take a break, take a break.
Yeah, that went up my shorts. Oh.
Everything under my life jacket is warm. My arms. No. That doesn't look very wet over there.
Yeah, she's definitely. Well, that's the side that he's on, so of course that side is drier. That's why Mom picked that side.
I was like, I'm not dry.
Yeah. So when you're picking so let's just say like we're gonna go rafting somewhere and we're trying to pick an outfitter or a guide, you know, what do you think are things to look for?
I'd definitely go on TripAdvisor.
TripAdvisor.
First 5 reviews for each outfitter.
Yep, because the first 5 are typically the most recent.
What was that?
First 5 are typically the most recent.
Yeah. Not all outfitters are created equal. You know, there's some that will hire pretty much anybody, especially today with workforce shortage being as it is. Some of the other companies are like, oh yeah, you used to canoe when you were in high school, you're hired, right? Oh, you're a lifeguard as a teenager, sweet. Which is all great starts and everything, but it's definitely a different experience when you go with a guide who's been doing it for a couple years versus someone who's brand new and maybe hasn't dealt with an emergent situation before, or
Yep.
just hasn't been on the river long enough to know about the useful pieces of information, or just like things about the river corridor, especially guides who bounce around from river to river looking for work all across the country. The last thing you want to do is get on a whitewater trip on the Snake River and have a guide who won't shut up about the Chattooga down in Georgia. It's like, we're on the Snake, let's talk about the Snake.
Yeah, you want to hear about the local area.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. And that always doesn't happen because of the transient, gypsy-like nature of most river guides. But, most of our staff at Lewis and Clark has been guiding on this river for a long time. And it makes it a lot more comfortable for me as a river guide, because I know even if something goes wrong in my boat, which it never does because I'm one of the best, I can count on my coworkers to help me out with the cleanup.
So you
definitely want nice rafts. But even, sometimes we have some pretty crappy rafts. They're really old and still work just fine.
Yeah. It's just hard to, Google whitewater rafting Jackson, there's, you get
Sure.
6-10 outfitters there, and they're all probably equal in one way or another, but to try to pick,
Jackson is unique because we do have so many outfitters operating on the same stretch river.
Yeah.
Usually you have a choice of between like 2, maybe 3 companies, and it makes it a little easier to kind of compare. But because of the volume of visitors that we get, 3.5 million during each summer,
That's crazy.
Kind of,
Yeah,
a lot of teams.
we started booking back in March is when we kind of got we got a comfort feeling that we could be able to execute this as it was. So I think back in March is when we really started booking everything. So
yeah, good on you, because a lot of folks are waiting for the last minute this year.
there was this
They were hoping to go international, and then COVID had just prevented them from leaving the border. And then they're like, oh wait, we're going domestic, we're going to Jackson, and oh man, no reservations anywhere.
Yeah, there's this Facebook group we were, Angie and I were following. It's like Yellowstone, Jackson, Teton or something. Everybody's posting like, oh, it's great there, pictures and all this. But then a lot of things we saw were like, no rental cars available, can't get a rental car, or we had one reserved and it wasn't there when we got there, and things like that. So
yeah, that's been a big problem this summer. But those who have been visiting, it's been quite a year.
It's helped us with restaurants too. Like a lot of people.
Oh,
you
yeah.
have to try this restaurant. You got to try this.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, there's so much to eat here.
Yeah.
Obviously, the kind of more local regional cuisine is based around wild game and forageable vegetation and mushrooms. Trout on the menu at a lot of the restaurants.
what's your what would be the one place you recommend?
Well, speaking of that, you guys probably eat your fair share of venison as it is. I wouldn't go out of my way to go to one of the touristy kind of like wild game steakhouse.
Yeah, no.
There's quite a few pretty decent Mexican restaurants in town.
Okay.
You can't go wrong there. 25% of our year-round population are Latino families from Mexico and Guatemala. We have pretty good Thai restaurants. I know that's, the sign says yonder lies last of the Old West. Jackson Hole. Who knew the Old West had so many Thai restaurants? But
That's right.
they are pretty dang good. My favorite restaurant is called The Bird. And it's my favorite just because it is so casual and off the beaten track that it's more of a local hangout than it is a tourist destination.
Yeah.
It's just south of town, so on your ride back up to Jackson, if you ask Nancy, the bus driver, to point it out, she is pretty good about saying, hey, who asked about The Bird? It's right there.
Okay.
So you get an eyes on it. And the nice part about The Bird is they've got a big back deck overlooking the Snake River Range.
Wow.
So especially if you like to kind of get a later meal, like sit down around 7:30 or 8, the sun is getting real low in the sky. It's starting to go down behind the mountains. Absolutely stunning outdoor seating.
Okay, wow.
Very casual atmosphere, burgers, wings, spears, kind of stuff like that.
Okay.
Well, that's my favorite restaurant. If you're looking for like pizza, there's a really awesome pizza place down the street from Lewis and Clark called Panfire, and it's in a historical theater building.
Oh yeah, we
Everybody
saw
was
that.
carrying pizzas out. Like that's always.
Yeah, I saw that.
I was like, this pizza place must be really good because everybody's got this pizza.
Well, it's one of the more convenient places to get takeout.
Yeah.
It's pretty speedy.
So last night we were pretty hungry. We saw Bubba's barbecue is just right behind us, so we just took takeout from there. I was satisfied. We went there for breakfast.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Just because it was convenient. But then tonight we got a reservation at Gun Barrel.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So-
Barrel's good.
Is it good?
Oh yeah, prime rib bison. Ooh la la.
Prime rib bison.
Oh yeah, that's what their might be their specialty item. It kind of depends on the season and what they got their hands on as far as wild game goes. Let's paddle forward all ahead. Keep it up, keep it up. Oh yeah. Hey, take a break, let it drift.
It's right after I'm dry and then I get wet again.
Yeah.
So this rapid that we just went over is called Champagne Falls. And you can see there's a big constriction behind me created by the slabs of bedrock on either side of the river. That constriction creates a bottleneck in the river's flow and it scoops out a big deep spot. And that deep spot sucks all the air and water in the river down to the bottom. So now you can see all these little bubbles coming to the surface.
Oh yeah. Look at that. Right here, all over. Yeah. You need your little squirter thing, babe.
Yeah. Whatever it's called. Squirter? Oh, that's good. I'd rather have a one with beer in it instead of champagne.
Yeah. So let me ask you this question. So tomorrow, what we're doing is ooh, look at that thing.
That thing.
Here, my leg.
Big salmon fly.